Distinguished members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pride and a deep sense of history that we welcome to you this special media chat. Today marks not just another chapter in the life of our agency, but a significant milestone in our journey towards inclusion, innovation, and progress. We are honored to introduce to you the first female Director General of Diaspora Agency, Dr. Mrs. Loretta Ogboro-Okor, a trailblazer whose wealth of experience, passion for service, commitment to the diaspora community is both inspiring and commendable. Her appointment presents more than a change in leadership. It symbolizes the strength and capability of women in governance and the bright future that lies ahead for our global diaspora engagement. Please, warmly join me to welcome Director General Diaspora Agency, Dr. Mrs. Loretta Ogboro-Okor. She addresses us for the first time in her new capacity. Madam, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Dr. Mosigo of Oberland. Thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies of the press, all the personnel here present. Edo State Diaspora oscillates between the two extremes of good and bad, with a sprinkling of everything else in between. And what do I mean by this? I'll give it a bit of context. An example of the good is in the 1980s, a Nigerian American migrant left our shores. And today, Dr. Osatohame Oserige is the master United States drone builder, shaking up the fields of robotics, engineering, military and space technology, following his mind-blowing acquisition of 7 master's degrees and 4 PhDs. It's an Edo statement. Italy held a mass funeral for 26 young Nigerian women who drowned while trying to cross the Mediterranean Sea. Officials believe the 26 girls were all Nigerians. I tried to read this in the past tense, but that news is still flashing before me in the present tense. And I remember them saying in all the media spaces at the time that the ages range from 14 to 18 years. And these girls died attempting the dangerous journey from Libya to Europe across the Mediterranean Sea. Many of these women were of Edo State extraction. A Roman Catholic bishop and a Muslim imam both said prayers at the very simple ceremony in the southern city of Salerno on the southeast coast of Naples, southeast coast of Italy. And there were 26 wooden coffins laid out on a stone dais. You would think this was 2017 and it's ending. We've made good strides. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, Governor Monday Okpebolo, also known as Akpakomita, on the 2nd of April 2025, exemplifies hope and places unlimited value on the lives of Edo State people at home and abroad, when he tells us that it is time to put aside partisan differences and focus on the common good of building a better future for Edo State. Let's all work together. distinguished ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the press, international policy organizations, security personnel here present, members of the Global Edo State Diaspora Committee, friends of Edo State, and my beloved people in Edo State. I bring you warm greetings from His Excellency, Senator Monday Okpebolo and the diaspora. It is with great honor and a deep sense of responsibility that I, Dr. Mrs. Loretta Ogboro-Okor, address you today on behalf of the Edo State Diaspora Agency. I concur with the slogan of Google Scholar that says, "We stand on the shoulders of giants." And so, I will go on to immediately appreciate the giants on whose shoulders I stand today, that have made the Edo State Diaspora Agency a first of its kind in Edo State. First amongst all giants is the Almighty God, whose steadfast love for me and the people of Edo State never ceases. Next is our visionary governor, His Excellency, Senator Monday Okpebolo. Our royal father, His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedo Puku Akpolokpolo Oba II Nogidigam, and all the traditional gatekeepers of Edo State and her peoples, great leaders of Edo State within the state and in the diaspora, all sons and daughters of Edo State and friends of Edo State globally. I will not fail to include in these giants on whose shoulders I stand today my parents, my siblings, my friends, global mentors, and of course, my wonderful children, and my most noble husband, who continues to be the wind beneath my wings. To His Excellency, Governor Monday Okpebolo, Sir, I want to say your quest to better the lives of every Edo State indigene at home and abroad, devoid of any religious, political, tribal, or socio-cultural divide, is exemplary by your functional activation of the Edo State Diaspora Agency. And I am deeply grateful to be given the opportunity to serve our beloved Edo State in the capacity of its first Director General. Your confidence in my ability means a great deal. Please be rest assured that with God on our side, I and my team fully understand the responsibility this role entails, and we will neither let you nor the great people of Edo State down. Stemming from our strategic geographical location within Nigeria, where one cannot navigate the north, the south, east, and west without going through Edo State, we draw a parallel in today's world too within our diaspora population, that we have also become the anchor and rallying point of not just Nigerians but Africans across the world, more so blazing a trail of democracy and political consciousness, as is evident in our engagements and our vibrant political history in Edo State. The Edo State Diaspora Agency was established to serve as a bridge between our people in the diaspora and our government at home, ensuring that the skills, the resources, the experiences of our global citizens are harnessed for the development of our state, with an ultra-filtration of their impact to the grassroots and everyday man and woman on the streets. This agency will work tirelessly to create sustainable channels for engagement, just like what we are doing this morning. Collaboration and investment between the diaspora and our local institutions. At this point, please, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to give context to the definition of who an Edo State diasporan is, as it is applied in the law setting up the agency. An Edo State diasporan is an indigene of Edo State residing outside Edo State, both within Nigeria and those residing outside Nigeria. It therefore means that if you have Edo State extraction living in Asaba, just nearby, or in Bauchi, in Jos, Lagos, or Warri, you are Edo State diasporan, as much as an Edo State person who is residing in Accra, in Athens, Berlin, Barcelona, London, Moscow, Napoli, New York, Sydney, Toronto, Tokyo, Zanzibar, Zurich, or Beijing. Today, I am pleased to announce the objectives of the agency and what they shall include. 1. Improving the social welfare conditions of Edo State indigenes in the diaspora and creating, developing, as well as implementing programs aimed at actualizing this objective. 2. We need to provide coordination, and we will organize a database management for Edo State people, a comprehensive database management for Edo State people in the diaspora within a designated framework. We'll be keen into the development of Edo State and propagating her rich cultural heritage, which she's known for. We're having a structured engagement with Edo State indigenes in the diaspora on various policies and opportunities aimed at 1, addressing social welfare issues of Edo State indigenes in the diaspora. Because most times when people hear the diaspora, all we think about is remittances. We forget that these people have their issues as well and that they would need help with them. We'll be strengthening relationships and dialogues in the state. We'll be growing remittances and investment, and we'll be fostering the growth and development of Edo State, amongst many others. Furthermore, we understand, and with my background as a surgeon, I know that no one can achieve success in isolation. Therefore, we will be working in close collaboration with relevant ministries, departments, agencies, local government councils, and traditional leaders to ensure that diaspora contributions are recognized, that they are valued, and that they are integrated into our broader Edo State development agenda to maximize the shine transformational agenda of the governor, His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebholo, also known as Akpakumiza. I must, at this point, commend the resilience and patriotism of our diaspora community over the years. Despite being far away from home, despite being in topographies that we are not used to, your unwavering commitment to the growth and welfare of Edo State remains evident in inspiring the people all around you. Please, wherever you may be right now, when you read this address later, or when you hear me speak later on, take no less than 30 seconds to give yourselves a resounding applause because Edo State is today, because you are. In conclusion, as Edo State people in the diaspora, we contribute hugely in remittances to not just our state, but to our country, Nigeria, as a whole. We will be economical with the truth if we do not highlight the fact that our sojourns have been fraught with challenges that range from, but are not limited to, stigmatization, racism, marginalization, and stereotypes. However, through it all, we rise and we hold on to the central theme of hope. Together, we explore our possibilities for the future, and we continue to maintain our shared solidarity, pushing our positive narratives of Edo State, the present, the past, and the future with no limits. The Edo State Diaspora Agency is very open to suggestions, comments, and inquiries, especially at this crucial teaching stage. Please, we want to hear from everybody listening or anyone who comes across this address or reads it later. Please do well to send in your thoughts and comments on the WhatsApp number and the emails scrolling on the screen. More importantly, we've developed a web link form, which you can get details to as well when you send your message to the WhatsApp, and you can complete this form and send us your thoughts and what you think we need to do. We respect all opinion and everyone is valued. Today I call on all of us to arise, for the time is now. It's not tomorrow. It's not the day after. It is now, when we must work to transcend all divides while we focus on our shared humanity, which unites us, bringing us together with our hearts beating as one to celebrate our unique Edo Stateness. Our working together is going to further honor our state acronym, which we are all used to, the heartbeat of Nigeria. As the diaspora, we say there is no stopping this heart. With beats from the Kukuruku hills of Edo North, through the acrobatic Igbabonelime dance moves of Edo Central, to the largest man-made earthwork and moat of Edo South, we remain the center of the world. As Director General of Edo State Diaspora Agency, I and my team are committed to working tirelessly to ensure that the goals and initiatives of Edo State government, led by the visionary executive governor of the state, His Excellency, Senator Monday Okpebholo, also known as Akpakomiza, are carried out with excellence, with transparency, and an uncommon dedication to the welfare of Edo State citizens, both at home and abroad. People often say that a tree cannot form a forest. But I say that one tree can stand and start a forest. Let us all do our part. Together, everyone achieves more. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless us all and God bless our beloved Edo State. Thank you.
This point in time, like we previously said, gentlemen of the press, so I don't know if anybody have one or two questions, and our DG is ready to respond to any of your questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aliu from Vanguard. Give our compliments to Vanguard, please. Thank you. So the Edo State Diaspora Agency is very keen because the great minds, men and women who sat down to draw the law guiding this agency and its establishment, and the whole world actually realizes that Edo State holds a core position within the diaspora. However, over the years, one of the bane of our existence has been fragmentation, division, and silos. So we are in different places, we do different things, we really don't even know about ourselves. But in today's world, data rules. So first and foremost, if we even want to help our people, where are they? What situations are they existing in? We need to know. So this agency is going to first of all work from a very huge portal. If you want to describe it in lay terms, a website, but a bit more than a website. And it's going to have a lot of things. One of them is that our people are going to be able, irrespective of where they are in the world, go there and register either as individuals or as institutions. I don't know if we know, but if you take Roma, for instance, in Italy, there are more than 50 Edo State associations. And please mark my word, I'm saying Edo State, not just Edo. It's not just the Benin, it's the entire state. So ESACO associations, Eastern associations, there are more than 50. How do we know where they are? So what we intend to do is we're going to say, now you have a formal agency, thanks to His Excellency, you now know where you need to go and be identified and identified. And when this is done, a code will be generated. At individual level, there will be a different kind of code, and at organizational level, there will be different kind of code. Once you have this code, we know that most times people want to know what is in this for us. So it's not just that we are not going to have all of your data which we can work with and implement policies with. It simply means that by the time we start rolling out programs, and one of such, if I give a practical example, is maybe if we start dovetailing into other agencies, ministries, NDAs, and you want to do something and you are from the diaspora, all you need to do when you speak to the person at the service desk is to say, I am in Spain, this is my code number when I registered on your portal. And they key it in and you come up. And then you are validated immediately. And what you want can then be showed to you or given to you. So it is imperative that we say it at this beginning stage, that this is an introduction. Within the next few months, we are going to have an agency that lives on data, works with data, and promotes policies for the people based on this data. Because people in the diaspora are unique. They eat information. They disseminate information. They work with information. So we must work along those lines to give them what they want uniquely. And a lot of things they want are going to keep evolving. So my brother Aliu from Vanguard, this is just a bit of a description of how we are going to harness all of these data and begin to put it to good use for the people and government of Edo State.
From Best Edo Project.
Okay.
One of the reasons why Edo in diaspora are choosing to stay over there is because they enjoy security over there. So how do you intend to work with the state government to tackle insecurity problem in Edo State and thereby build confidence in the heart of the diaspora? Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. We will be economical with the truth if we don't accept that security is a major problem and that the people in diaspora are very worried about if they come and invest, if they even come for visits, Edo State is not safe. I think first of all, we will start from the simple things. One, some of us propagate narratives that are hyperinflated. And this is where Edo State Diaspora Agency is going to come in, one of the places. Some of us will go on to social media and keep propagating the very bad, the very bad, the very bad, and we are very salient on the good. Edo State Diaspora Agency is going to propagate the good and the truth, not lies. We are not about propaganda. We are going to say it as it is. Because when good men and women fail to act, evil and negative news will prevail. Somebody asked me yesterday, how are you moving around Edo State? I said, just the same way. He said, but they said they are shooting on the streets. I said, okay, I will video every street I'm going to you on this journey, just so you see that you're not hearing gunshots on the streets. So that's one aspect of it, us, ourselves. The second one is that government cannot do it alone. So I like the fact that you say, how will we help? You may not know, but a lot of diasporans are very involved in security and they have expertise, uncommon expertise. I spoke about the drone maker in the United States. Nothing stops this formal diaspora agency now that has been created and given wings by His Excellency Senator Monday Ogboro, the Executive Governor of Edo State, from going to seek out our son and sit down with him and say, we have security problem. What can you do for us? What can you do with us? You may ask, why did he not come all this while? And why has this not been done all this while? Because there was no formal, stable, government-backed pathway like this. So the diasporans have been afraid to come in. But now, this is here. Do not for once, my brother Jumbo of Edo Best Project, by the way, well done with all you do. We see them in diaspora, we see here in Edo State. The skills and expertise our people have. This is just an example. And this is one way we can synergize the skills we have in the diaspora with our people on ground here. Even in the area of training and soft skills. We may not even need to start spending all of the money we've been spending in the past. Because you have willing daughters and sons of Edo State who will come and give us all of these services and aid government. That being said, security as it stands right now in Nigeria is not just a subnational issue, but an issue at even the national level. So we are going to find ways of collaborating, discussion, identifying our root cause problems, going into the communities themselves, and then taking the solutions proffered by the community to their diaspora counterparts. What do I mean? We have 18 local government areas in Edo State, don't we? But at the same time, we have everybody in the diaspora hailing from these 18 local government areas. They want to do something, don't they? So all we have to do is go into the grassroots. And this is why this is a bridge builder. Ask the grassroots, what do you need? We don't assume we know what they need. And I'm sure security will be taught on it. So we then take it and we say, what local government are you from? For instance. Sorry?
Alright.
We then take it and we say, Oredo people in the diaspora, abeg wey una, come una gather, then go gather. Even if you're not gather, don't forget say we don't get their code where they register. We know where they live. We will now approach them and say, Oredo people, see you, your people from Oredo, they said they want 1, 2 and 3. I beg, which one we fit do? Government will give us enabling environment. Take the word of the Diaspora Agency for it. You'll be surprised. They will do what we need, not what we want. So there is a plan already in place. There's a big plan in place. And I'm just giving snippets of what this is like. I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I didn't get your name, sir.
Patrick Ochoa.
Ochoa.
Director Leadership. My question is, I don't know if you're also going to look at the link between those in the diaspora and the trafficking, because we know there are a lot of people over there who are still being exploited, having found themselves in Europe and America. I don't know if you intend to look at that and see how you can tackle some of these issues.
Without movement, there is no diaspora. So immigration gives right to diaspora. What I mean is you must move from one place to the other. And how you move can be regular or irregular in terms of migration. And some people can be trafficked. In fact, we understand that this has been a bane for us in Edo State. So your question is very germane. For this, we will be working with other ministries, departments, and agencies of government. We have an immigration agency as well that deals with regular and irregular migration. We have bodies like NACTIC. I was at the immigration 2 days ago to pay a visit to them. And this is because we understand that human trafficking is a menace that we need to solve. Some of you may not know, but importantly, I'm doing a PhD in law and criminology with my special interest area as trafficking and contemporary slavery. I don't want to depress us by reeling out those very depressing statistics, but I'll mention one of them. The International Organization for Migration adjudged that when people are returnees, Edo State takes up about 40 to 60% of all returnees annually. That's sad. We made strides. But as a diaspora agency, we are not taking it lightly at all. We are going to work with all the MBAs. We are going to find out a common front. There is already a plan in place where we are going to go into these communities. Most times when we even talk about human trafficking, people are thinking way out there in Europe. We have a pressing problem on our hand in the African diaspora. Mali, Burkina Faso, Libya. Our people are in problem. So together we'll go and discuss with the government of the day. We will also stop at our own federal level. We have a body responsible for diasporans in Nigeria, NICOM. We'll say hello to them, we'll learn from them, and then we are on this journey to actually make life better for our people. And maybe because I'm a teacher, I like to give examples. If we take the Mali situation, for instance, some persons were being trafficked. And now they are stuck in Bamako, in some of these places. And the last time I was reading, which was yesterday, a lot of them are in prison for criminal charges. But in law, there's something called forced criminality. So it simply means that you did not necessarily set out to be a criminal, but the situation in which you found yourself, i.e. maybe you've not eaten for 3 days, then you are going past a bakery and the bread is just scenting, just a scent will enter your nose. The first thing where your mind will talk, you say, make you go grab one bread, chop. And that's a natural human response. But when you do that, the long arm of the law is going to come because Lady Justice is blindfolded and the criminal justice system acts like what we call a nail and hammer approach, doesn't see anything else. So before you know it, you find a lot of people behind bars. But now we have the Diaspora Agency. We are going to go there. Watch this space. We are going to go into all these places. And we are going to sit formally with the government and law agencies of the day and find out what the problem is and solve it. Some may be difficult, some may require other collaborations from other people, but we are going to do that. And it is when we then do that that we'll start unveiling how to truly, truly stop trafficking. We also need to understand the push and pull factors for migration, which my colleague in the immigration agency is very, very hands-on with. But for the purposes of this interview, it is when you know those things that you can actually then talk to those bodies in those countries about your own diaspora in terms of whatever they are involved in, be it the good, the bad, or the ugly. And another practical example I'll give is this. I am working on human trafficking in Nigerian women in the UK and why they do not engage with the UK enforcement authorities. What do I mean? If you look at some other countries in the world like Vietnam, there's trafficking going on there. But when they come to the UK, what we found is that the body that says, if you are trafficked, I bet come, we won't help you. You just say, all these Vietnamese, all of them could just go. I bet we need help, the traffic may come, I know they do again. However, our Nigerians are not going. And the UK people don't understand why we know they come. But one of the things my research has now unveiled is because there's a lot more to our trafficking process that meets the eye, and Oyibo don't understand them. When our people go shrine, go cut their fingernails and their hair and take oath and leave them there, even when they're in Moscow or Timbuktu or London, they are still psychologically bound by that action. So they will not even go, even when you say help is here, come and take help. But each time now I discuss with the police based on the findings of my report, they are now thinking of how to modify the interventions for our people a bit differently. So they are now putting more psychological counselors in our side as against the other side. So what do I mean? If a Nigerian person now walks in, if you were supposed to see default one counselor, you will have two. They are now thinking of incorporating pastors into our, just from this study, because they now understand that our faith-based approach to life means that these women cannot believe that pastors can break the yoke and the oath they have taken. So, sir, rest assured that work is going on, and leadership should please watch this space and see all that is going to be unveiled to help our diasporans who are victims of or have been involved in trafficking. To sum it up, we'll be liaising with all other MDAs of government in Edo State. We will ensure that we do a proper root cause analysis because no one size fits all. We will individualize our approach to managing these groups of people, and then we will round it up by having a follow-up and a facility. A lot of this is already on ground, even from the Ministry of Women Affairs, to get them integrated back properly into society. But what we will provide is that manpower. We have a lot of mental health nurses, doctors in Edo State Diaspora that would be willing to even give their services for little or nothing. So all avenues will be explored.
Any. Okay, sorry, this question has been bothering me. I wanted to leave it, but I just felt I should ask. Because you spoke, you cited underage girls, and that's the part that caught my attention. So I just wanted to know whether these same strategies that you've spoken about just now for trafficking women, for trafficked women rather, how to get them back. What about the underage? Is this same method that applies?
And the underage comes massively under them. Another group of people under that is the differently abled persons, or people you would call those living with disabilities. So we call them differently abled. The reason is because if one, for instance, cannot see, your hearing is so developed that you are really enabled in that area. And I think it's a more respectful way of addressing our people. So vulnerable people, the teenagers, children, the differently able, they loom large on our scale because we are people oriented and because we actually want to add value to human life. So I said it before that there is no one size fits all. We understand that some of the catchment area for recruitment, I was talking to the man in NSCDC 2 days ago, and some of them may be in this hall, I thank them if they are here. Some of the area for recruitment is actually secondary schools. It is where you have a lot of teeming population of youth, even universities, ironically. I remember when I go Italy, because me, I dey wan see wetin dey happen. I tell them, say, today I go follow una go that road, in Winukpo. I wan go use my eye to see am. And I'll never forget that day when I reached there. One of them told me she used to be a student in Ekpoma, and that she dropped out of school because she believed that there was more money coming out of Italy just by picking tomatoes than finishing her school. Why have I given this story? I think the morale to take away is that she at that time was saying that all her siblings must go to school and she was paying all their school fees. Now this is in hindsight. So what we as a diaspora agency are going to do, are going to bring the lived stories of these kind of people with their permission straight to the schools and campuses and organize proper seminars and events, workshops. There's even a plan that will have what they call camping weekends. So where we'll bring mentors of Edo State extraction, women and men that have succeeded, and of course, even women and men that have passed through the desert and crossed the Mediterranean, that are returnees, that want to share, like this lady now, she's very willing to come and share her stories with the young world. And why have people not been doing this? Because that platform and stability and pathway has not been there. So people have been working in silos. Alumni organizations have been trying their best, different groups. But now we are harmonizing the effort. And then it will be consistent. Anybody in branding and business knows that repetition is the hallmark of learning. And once you produce all of these things in the local languages, we go into the market, we tell our mothers that we will then start having a hold on that pathway. We may not be 100% there in the very beginning, but as they talk, now little drops of water, then it will make big oceans. So all these plans stay in place. And make you remember, say, waiting will work for B, not be waiting will work for C. So gradually we'll come to get what they call guidelines and protocols. Well, here we often say standard operating procedures. But guidelines and protocol that is going to actually say, oh, you are 15 years old, you've been found vulnerable, this is who you contact, this is where you go to, or Ministry of Women Affairs, we've got this person, our brother in migration, we've got this person. And between us as these agencies, we will form a team that will cater for our people. So we are not going to leave these youths at all. They are the future of Edo State. And if Edo State is the heartbeat of the world and the diaspora, it simply means we must fix them now so we keep beating forever.
Thank you.